Today, we're going to be working on something together. This is a whole new thing. I've never tried it before. We're going to do it together, and hopefully, we're going to come up with something very cool. Don't go away. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fat Guy Productions. I am Paul, coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, if I were to rank the biggest issues faced by coin ringers, number one with a bullet would be the finished coating or protective layer on a coin ring. Coins aren't made to be worn, so they can turn your finger black. The patina finish you put on can wear off. The silver finish you put on can tarnish. There's a lot of issues. And coin ringers have tried everything. We've tried things like this product here. This is Renaissance wax. I use it all the time for a lot of different stuff, but it only has moderate success with coin rings. We've tried Protecta-Clear, and I have even tried clear powder coating. Now, the clear powder coating in my book is a huge success. So I'm going to be using this product, a clear UV resin. And the idea is that this should encapsulate the ring and protect whatever we have underneath it and protect our fingers from turning black or green or what have you. Now, I haven't done this before. So, first time me, first time you. Let's do it and see what we get. So, for my first attempt, I'm down in the garage with my lathe. I'm going to use a pair of jaws and a ring mandrel to keep the ring moving while I apply the resin. Right off the bat, I find an issue in the fact that it is as hot as HE double toothpicks out here. I'm really just standing here and sweat is pouring off of me. I guess I'll just push forward and persevere. So I have a set of jaws I can use to drill out pen blanks, and it should hold the ring nicely, but frankly I need something better here. If this works out well, I guess I'll go shopping. Anyhow, I'll give the ring a final buffing, and then I'll put the ring in the jaws and tighten them up just enough to hold the ring, but not so tight that it will damage the ring. So I'll apply a small amount of resin to a throwaway brush. I'll flick on the lathe and then I'll spread the resin around the inside of the ring. The spinning action should help the resin level out, and then once it's done I'll hit the ring up with my UV flashlight to cure it before applying other coats. So, how many coats will I do? For today's experiment, I'm going to do like 3 on the inside and on the edges. But on the outer face of the ring, I'll probably only do like 2. So, it's just going to kind of vary. And if this proves to work well, I may change that and do more eventually. While coating the inside of the ring, I tried to roll the resin out to coat the edges. This was a problem as centrifugal force threw a bit of the resin to the edges and it clumped up a little bit. I ended up having to pick those off and recoat the edges. Lesson learned. Honestly, I'm already learning that the lathe is spinning the ring a bit too fast, and really, using the lathe isn't working out so hot. Now I'm just applying resin to the edges directly with the lathe not running. It's better, but still not perfect. Well, there's nothing for it but to press on here. So the inside of the ring and the edges are coated and cured. Now I'm going to swap out to the ring mandrel so that I can coat the outside of the ring. While coating the outside of the ring, the speed of the lathe shouldn't be such a problem. The spinning of the lathe will move the extra resin to the center, kind of like doming it, but it should still give me a nice, smooth, even coat. Ultimately, I think I can do this better. It's not bad, but I'm not satisfied. All right, everybody, I'm back from the garage, and here is the ring. Let's just talk about it. First off, it looks fine. It really didn't change it in any way, shape, or form. It's still got a nice patina finish on it. You know, it looks fantastic. I did not like using the lathe to put the stuff on there. I had some problems with control and keeping it smooth. I wasn't a fan of that. I would need to turn the speed down on my lathe, and it was as low as it could go without me having to change the belts around, and I didn't really want to do that. Plus, I'm not all that sure it would have made a huge difference. So we're going to try something here in a minute with an entirely different ring, and we'll see if we can improve the process. But it seems so far successful in that I have a nice, complete coating on the ring, and just like the powder coat, it's very comfortable, okay? The clear coating on these smooths the inside of the ring out and makes it very comfortable to wear. This is absolutely super comfortable. Now, as to durability, who knows, okay? But what we're going to do, listen, is after this is done, before I wrap the video, I'm going to wear these for a week or two. And then we'll come back and finish up, and I'll tell you how things are going. And we'll see then. We can make our opinion, an informed opinion, in a few weeks. So anyhow, let's take a look at what I have here and try to apply the clear resin in a different way and see if we can do a little bit better of a job. So I'm going to dig into my stash of rings that I made when I first started doing coin ringing, and I'm looking for a volunteer when I spot one heck of a nice polished Morgan. This is the perfect candidate for a second test. The ring is pretty tarnished, so I will repolish it with my flits to bring back the shine. After the flits, I'll buff the ring out with my polishing cloth, and then I can turn to a new way to try and apply the resin. This time around, I'm going to coat the inside and edges with just a brush while holding the ring. No spinny spinner at this time. I'm going to apply some resin to a throwaway brush again, and I'll give the inside a thorough coat. Before applying the UV light, I'm going to give the ring a minute to allow the resin to flow out and smooth itself. During that, I'm going to keep it moving so there's no pooling. Once I'm satisfied, I'll lock this first coat down with my UV light, and you'll notice that I'm wearing a glove. This is to both protect my hand from the resin, but also to keep the shine on the ring untarnished. So after applying a few coats on the inside, I can now put some resin on one of the edges. I'm just going to lightly dab the resin on the edge, making sure to roll it inside the ring a little bit so that the resin layers meet. Again, I'm going to give it a minute to flow out, and then I'll lock it down with the light. So far, this is head and shoulders above my first attempt. The resin is going on nice, it's going smooth. Thus far, it is so much easier. After getting the inside and one edge coated and ensuring that they are cured, I can flip the ring over, and then I can get the other edge. Again, I'm dabbing the resin on around the ring to spread it out a bit, and then I brush it to make sure everything is covered. Once I'm satisfied, I again let it self-level and flow out, then I cure it. Now I can wrap it all up using a different ring mandrel that works with my hand drill. After first making sure everything is fully cured, I slip the ring on my mandrel. Now I'm going to spin the ring super slow here, so I don't even have to tighten the mandrel up. Just kind of a little snug fit is all I need. I start the drill turning as slow as I can while running a bead of resin onto the ring. I smooth it all out with the brush. Again, I'm going to let the resin self-level while continuing to spin slowly. Then I'll cure it with the UV light and repeat. Honestly, this is a far superior way to do this. You have so much more control here. This is just so much better. Well, I'm back, and it has been a few weeks of wearing rings, mostly this one. I've been looking closely for signs of damage or wear, and I've been studying my fingers to see if there's been any kind of a color change. So far, so perfect. And as I mentioned, the rings are far more comfortable this way. Now, clearly, a couple of weeks is hardly a definitive wear test, and your mileage may vary. Ring prep, how you apply the resin, how many coats, how the wearer cares for the ring or wears it, they can and will all have an impact on how well this will work in the long term. But so far, it sure is promising. I certainly think this is worth a try, and I plan to be back with a longer term review of how the rings are holding up. So stay tuned. I hope you liked this video, and if so, please give it a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss one of my ring videos. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I expect this to generate a lot of questions. Well, that should do it for today. Never forget, a happy soul is the best shield for a cruel world. Until next time, this is Paul from Fat Guy Productions saying, be good.